Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And I'm just checking in on you. I'm just checking in on you. How are you? How's your week going? My week is going fan-fucking-tastic, man. I did my special. I taped it. It is done. It's in the can, as they say in my business. And now it just needs to be edited. Some poor bastard's got to look at the footage and try to put that mess together. I want to thank everybody that came out to Royal Albert Hall in London, England. I could not have had a better time. Just a couple of magical nights out there, and hopefully it'll show up on the digital recording that we made. Somehow that will be conveyed. So now I have no act, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm just going to stay away from the comedy clubs. I'm just going to go live some life. You heard me, all that yoga teacher shit I was saying. I'm just going to go live some life, and I'm going to let the next hour come to me. And I was literally thinking already tonight. I've been back for fucking 24 hours being like, maybe I'll go down to the club tonight. Gee, I just go fuck around. No, I'm going to learn how to relax, man. Huh? Sit down and just fucking eat an avocado or whatever the fuck it is you people do that know how to relax. You guys fascinate me. You people know how to relax, you know what I mean? Like you go to a hotel and you actually put on the robe, right? You get the slippers on and shit, and then you fucking order room service. And you're eating like chocolate strawberries from Sherry's Berries, whatever the fuck it is you do. You know, you have a spa day. I'm like, I know I'm making fun of it, but I am fascinated by that. I want to be that guy who knows how to fucking chill, man. Because I don't know how to do it. Because this is what I do. I go, all right, I'm not doing fucking stand-up. And then I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get fucking 20 hours in the air in a helicopter. Or I'm going to go fucking play drums for fucking 30 hours this month. I just fill the time up. You know? You fucking people who can just sit on a porch. You know, I can't do that unless I'm slowly killing myself with booze or a cigar. You know, I can't just sit on a you ever just walk by, you know, in one of these sleepy southern towns, you know what I mean, where they still think like Lyndon Johnson is president, right? You're just walking down the fucking street and you just see somebody sitting on a porch reading a book. And it's just, you know, that person, they got it figured out. You know what I mean? They walk into church on Sunday with their head held high. They got nothing to confess. The fuck did they do? Huh? What is their big sin? That they peeked a few pages forward, hoping that there'd be an end of a chapter to give their eyes a break. You know? Disrespecting the author and all the hard work that they put in. Yeah, I'm going to try to fucking chill out here, at least for 3 days. I'm going to try to do nothing. But, I mean, I also have a table read tomorrow for F is for Family, so that's something. And whatever. What are you going to do? You know, having shit to do is better than having nothing to do, right? Or am I fucking that up? Was it because at that fork in the road I chose booze rather than weed? You know? The people who choose weed, they're like the people that, like, you know, their dream in life is to retire. You know? And people who drink, their dream in life is to tell people what to do, and the people go out and do it. All right, I'm painting with the broad brush here, but that's what I do on this podcast. All right, none of this is fucking necessarily worked out. You know, this is the occasional goddamn set list. All right, let's go. You know, what I always do when I go to put together a new hour is I have to go topical. Let's see what's in the news, everybody. R. Kelly. Bobby Kelly, my old roommate, is playing Magoobies. But the other R. Kelly, the singer, right? I'm trying to think of one of his fucking songs. I used to know him. I used to know his songs. Then they took the videos away from MTV. Like the last one I saw that he made was the one where he was sitting down and he had half his head braided while someone was braiding the other part of his fucking head. You know? And God knows what happened to that poor woman, judging by that fucking debacle of an interview. It's me. It's my life. I'm out here fighting for my fucking life, man. Like, he is fucked. That's all I got out of that. I did not get, I am an innocent man accused of some shit that I didn't do. The vibe from that is I am fucked. They got me this time. God damn it. Yeah. You know what's fucking hilarious? When that guy was standing up screaming and yelling, and that woman just sat there, right? How that became the opportunity for other douchebags on the internet to try and bring up some male-female point, to literally try to wedge their fucking goddamn agenda. We're literally talking about a guy who, if they're saying what he did, if he did what they're saying what he did, this guy is a fucking monster. This is about getting this fucking guy off of the goddamn street before he can do this to somebody else. But these selfish fucking assholes on the internet, nah. We're going to notice when he screams and that reporter, she just sat there so stoically, so defiantly, so brave. That's what they teach you. They teach you that in journalism class. What do you think? A guy would have stood up and fought him? So then all these women pile on and they start telling these stories of sitting quietly as their boyfriend punched the wall right next to their head. These selfish fucking assholes took this moment in time. A pedophile, an alleged pedophile freaking the fuck out, and all those victims, fuck all of them. It's about you and whatever fucking went down during your fucking relationship and how you were a total fucking victim. You know what? I got one thing to say to you guys, ladies. All right? We'll fucking get to you on this one. This is about the women who actually were fucking a victim of this guy. Stop trying to fucking, You know what it's like? It's like back in the day, whenever I see stuff about hair metal bands in the 80s on the Sunset Strip, and you'd go up and you'd staple your fucking banner, your little flyer up to a telephone pole, and then 2 seconds later somebody else would staple theirs over yours. That's what the fuck is going on. It even happens on shit like this. It's so goddamn shameless. And ladies, you got to ask yourself something, all right? If more than one time a man in your life punches a hole in a wall right near your head at any point, is there any sort of self-reflection where you're like, why do I keep picking this guy? Or what exactly is it that I'm saying to the opposite sex that is causing this behavior? Speaking from experience, I remember when I got to my mid-30s and I was like, dude, chicks are fucking, they're all fucking psychos, and by then I was just like, wait a minute, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I actually turned around and I looked at myself and I said, oh, this is what I'm doing, and then I decided to stop, fishing in the same area, pulling out the same goddamn fish. Right? I blamed the victim in all of that. So all you women out there who, shaking the plaster out of your hair, be once in a while, every once in a while, it might be you. I'm just saying, just say 1 out of 3 million times when someone punches a wall near your head, maybe you shouldn't bring up things about his family or whatever the fuck it is that you said. Those other times, the guys are aggressive and they shouldn't do that. And, maybe there wouldn't be so many Home Depots out there if there weren't so many guys with misdirected anger punching holes right next to their girlfriends' heads. R. Kelly, could you just shut up for a second with your pedophilia? This woman here has some plaster in her hair, and she would like to tell her story while this is going down, if you don't mind. All right. Plowing ahead here. So, you know what? I got into the Premier League a little bit because I know Liverpool was up by 1 point, and from what I heard, by the time I got to Manchester, Man City was up by 1 point. So, let's see. Premier League standings. Oh, and everybody's trying to explain offsides to me. And all they can say is the reason why they have offsides is so people won't hang down at the other end of the net, and the other end of the pitch. It's like, well, why don't you just have a blue line like hockey? All right. And then nobody can hang down by the other goal. And then if somebody's bringing it down the fucking field and they're faster than the defensive line, they get past them, and you have what's known in hockey as a breakaway. And the crowd gets on its feet, and there's excitement. He shoots, and he scores! Jesus fucking Christ, he scored! Don't understand it. I understand the not hanging thing. Oh, Man City up by 1 fucking point. All right, and I realized that somebody told me I was wrong. That they don't have Saudi Arabian money behind them. They have Abu Dhabi, Baba Booey. They have that money behind them. All right, what's going on? Who's playing? Leicester City is playing. Who gives a? These are a bunch of fucking teams that aren't in it anymore. I don't care about any of these fucking teams. When is Liverpool or Man City playing next? That's the two you got to get into. All you fucking Yanks, fellow Yanks, listen to this shit. Slide in now at the end of the goddamn season. There's like 10 games left. So, if you watch all 10 Liverpool games, you'll probably see about 9 goals. So buckle up for that excitement. Offsides. No, it's not that bad. I'm kidding. All right. What am I up to here, by the way? Fucking jet lagged as shit. I had a great flight back. I started to watch Black Klansman and before the jet lag got to me. And I really enjoyed that movie. Adam Driver. And I don't know the names of the other people in the fuck. I'm not good with the names. But I liked what everybody was doing in that movie. I liked the guy playing David Duke. Did I see anything else? Did I watch anything else? I don't think I did. Oh, you know what I watched? I was really disappointed. I somehow went on kids' TV. I clicked that by accident, and they had all the dumb fucking kid movies. But then they had like 3 episodes of The Jetsons, which was just the Flintstones, which was just the Honeymooners. All right? So they had The Jetsons. Meet George Jetson. His boy Elroy. Then it's daughter Judy, and they play this wah 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 horn like she's already blowing somebody. Then Jane, his wife, bah, 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 bah. He goes to hand her money, and she grabs the whole wallet and goes to the shopping center. Da da ba da ba da da doo, bing bong boom bump bump. Right? I watched it. That fucking show sucked. At least the episode I saw. It's like they weren't even trying. Just kind of went further and further down here. The Honeymooners was at like the highest level of funny, and then the Flintstones, they got halfway up the hill, and then the fucking Jetsons didn't even get out of it. It was so bad I didn't even watch the other ones. It's like I used to watch this shit. But what I will say about the Jetsons is how much shit they got right about the future. They had video phones. They had flat screen TVs. They had robots in the fucking house talking to people. Right? The only thing they got wrong was the work week. They thought with all the technology we were going to be working less. And that was one of George Jetson's famous comedy lines. Like, oh, God, these 3-day work weeks are murder. Flying cars, they got that wrong. That hasn't happened yet. But most of the technology is right out there. It's right up there, And in the future, women are still spending their guys' money like there's no tomorrow. I mean, some things never change. All right. So anyways, the big thing is tomorrow I got to go to the gym. I got to get back into the fucking gym. Because right now, there's this big temptation where it's okay, the big 2 things that I was shooting. All right, my acting gig at One Day at a Time, or As the World Turns, General Hospital, whatever the fuck I did, one of those soap operas. That's over. And then I did my stand-up special, and that's over. And I have no TV, no television, no nothing coming up. This is one of these times where you put on like 10 pounds, right? You go down to the local fucking bar, you get yourself some wings, you have a couple of fucking beers, and you look at the beers like, wow, that thing looks lonely. How about a couple little shorties next to it, right? And next thing you know, you're a fat fuck going, why did I do that? So, as I told you, I'm not drinking this year. Taking the fucking year off, and I'm getting the booze out of my house, except for the pappies. And I'm just not going to have it in my house anymore. And then basically for the rest of my life, if I want to go out fucking drinking, I'll go out and do it. But just the amount of nights that when I come home, the fact that I won't have it in my house, it's perfect. I figured out that's the kind of booze hound I am. It's booze to me is like a half a gallon of ice cream in the freezer. If it's there, I'm gonna fucking eat it. All right? If the booze is there, I'm gonna fucking drink it. And I like getting fucked up, so I can't have it around. That's basically it. Oh, just literally talking about it makes me want to do it now. You know? Come on, Bill, you earned it. No, I can't do that. It's fucking stupid. All right? Not living for myself anymore. That's what you learn, right? That's what you learn when you have a kid, if you're doing it the right way. You're not living for yourself anymore, stupid. All right? Put down the donuts. Get rid of the cigars. You know, now I understand, you know, like when you look at your parents, like, why are they so goddamn boring? Why did they just pick this regular fucking car? Why didn't they get a cool car? Why didn't they do any of this fucking shit? And it's like, oh, because they were awesome, selfless fucking people. That's why. Okay? And they made money and they wanted to have some left over to fucking give you when they died. As opposed to going out and buying a bunch of nice shit for themselves. And somewhere along the line, I think that was lost in today's America. It really is. Like just the level of fashion that is fucking out there now is insane. They used to be, it was like fucking Andy Warhol and all the skinny douches that hung around with them were into fashion. And a couple of movie stars and whatever, and that was fucking it. You know, housewives, they were into fashion, but Jesus Christ. I mean, if they got something that Mrs. Roper was wearing, they, you know, once every 3 years, they were happy. It wasn't this fucking shit show, you know, nowadays with like Instagram and fucking all of these social medias just bombarding like everybody. Guys, too, now. Like the level with which that men give a fuck about what they look like and the shit that they're wearing, it's like we've become like women. I don't know. People with fucking sneaker collections. Dude, when I was growing up, you had a pair of sneakers. That was it. Like everybody had one pair of fucking sneakers. I don't give a shit what sport you were playing. That was it. You put on your Chuck Taylors and you went out and you played it. These are my cross trainers. What are we playing? I have to go inside and get my soccer shoes. Like that shit did not fucking exist. And you fucking know good and goddamn well a lot of it is bullshit. Other than like running. I don't know. Maybe they just got better at it. I have no fucking idea. You know, all these different kinds of jeans, all these different cuts. There was basically, when I was growing up, there was Levi's and whatever people who couldn't afford Levi's wore, which was Wrangler. It was Tough Skins. And then I remember the Gap. The Gap had jeans for a while. But like the top of the line was fucking Levi's. Oh, Lee. There was Levi's, Lee, Wrangler, Tough Skins, and I remember Gap. That was basically it. That made fucking jeans and corduroys. And that was it. You got 2-3 fucking pairs and you were good. And you wore them until you had until you made the holes in them. And then that was it. And then eventually you fucking passed them on. Your mother put patches on them and passed them down to the next fucking kid. And that was it. I look at some of the fucking childhood photos of me and the way the kids are dressed. We look like we should have been hanging out with Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. People with like patches on elbows of their shirts and all of this shit. And it wasn't like people were broke back then. They just, I don't know. There was no Amazon. They're like, when I go down to the fucking store, driving all the way out to the goddamn mall. Give me a patch. I'll just iron this on. All right, get outside. You fucking animal. And that's the way it was in the 1970s. Yeah. All right. I don't know what's going on in in basketball or hockey, but I aims to sit down tonight and watch myself a couple of games. so I can get reacclimated into the greatest country that ever were, that ever was, that ever will be, the United States of America. And all you haters out there around the world, you know, with your fucking cultures and your music and your way of dressing and your funny facial hair, you guys can all fucking eat a dick, all right? You're just mad because you ain't got my blue jeans, my fishing pole, my fucking four-wheeler, and that bass I caught 20 minutes ago.